Hello and welcome to today's class. Today we're going to be working on some standing balance work. So working around our ankles, our knees and our hips in standing. And then we will be moving down onto the mat. Now, standing balance work is really important if you think about our mobility, if we're trying to improve our balance for day-to-day life, but also if we're using that in a sporting context. When we're walking or running, effectively we are balancing on one leg. So then actually it really is applicable to all of our day-to-day lives. We're going to start bringing our feet together, then turning the toes out and then bringing the heels in line. So we're in that nice parallel stance. We're going to think about our weight going down and relaxing into our feet, allowing the toes to spread nice and wide. Maybe just have a little rock forwards and back and see how your feet change as you move forward. So as we move forward, our toes tend to grip a little bit more. And as we rock back, that weight goes into the heels, our toes tend to lift, don't they, to counterbalance that. Good. Now let's bring our weight up to the middle and think about lifting up through the centre of our body and also lifting up through the toes. So lifting all of our toes up and dropping them down. We probably will feel a bit of a contraction at the front of the body here to help do that. Lifting up and down. Good. Toes up and down and toes up and down. Good. This time let's have a go. Just isolating that movement of our big toe. So our big toe we know provides a lot of propulsion when we're walking and running. So lifting up takes a little bit of concentration. Big toe up. All the rest of the toes staying down. And down, good. Big toe up. And down, good. Big toe up. And down. Let's have a go the other way now. So big toe stays down and we lift up the other toes. You'll probably feel a bit of a rolling in movement here through the legs. Good. Little toes up. Big toe stays down. And then let's see if we can alternate. So let's do big toe up. All the other toes up. Big toe up. All the other toes up. Good, lovely. One more time. And down. Lovely. Now just come to settle with your weight down between your big toe, your little toe and your heel. So that should bring our feet into a nice neutral position. Working our way up, we've got our knees nice and soft. We're not completely locked backwards. And then we're going to bring our hands onto our hips. Have a little tilt forwards of the hips. And then tuck the tailbone under and tilt the other way. So if I show you from the side, we're going to tilt forwards. And then tuck the tailbone under, creating a little arch in the lower back. Good. Sometimes I like to imagine I've got little headlights on the front of my hips and here I'm pointing them down towards the bottom of the wall in front of me. And then as I tuck my tailbone under, those little headlights are now pointing further up the wall. Good. Just see how far you can go in each direction. And then find that midway point, halfway between the two. And that's our neutral position, which we're going to try and maintain during class. So from here, we're going to keep that neutral position as we come up onto our tiptoes and then lower back down. Good. Think about growing tall. Imagine someone's got a hair from the top of your head and is pulling you up. Good. Gently rolling up. This time, let's drop one heel. Rise up. And drop one heel. Good. It's quite a simple movement, but a little challenge to our balance. Good. Think about those hip bones staying level. So we're not doing like a Kate Moss catwalk. We're trying to keep the hip bones level. Good. Just rising up as far as is comfortable for you and that you can control. Of course, if you find your balance is a bit of a challenge, by all means have a chair out in front of you or do this next to a countertop surface. Good. Lovely. Let's have a go coming back up onto 2 feet and dropping. Don't allow the heels to completely touch the floor. Let's rise up. Good. And gently lower. Don't allow the heels to drop. All the way. So if I come to the side again, we're coming down, we're almost touching, and then roll back up. Good. Gently lower. Don't allow the heels to touch. All the way back up. Lovely. Let's try and do 2 more of these. Starting to wake up through the calves, through the back of the legs. Good. Lovely. Last one. And this time we are going to let the heels drop. We're going to come into a little bend of the knees and bring the arms forwards. And coming back up. Lovely. So into a little squat. Knees are coming forwards. Think about that knee heading out over the second toe on each foot. As if you're sitting back, about to go into a chair, and then you change your mind and we come back up. Lovely. Good. Let's go for 2 more. This last one we're going to hold down. And we're going to see if now here we can lift one heel and lower. Good. Opposite heel lifts. Lovely. One heel and lower. Again, think back to our hip position. We're trying to keep that nice and steady. Lovely. From here, pop the heels back down, come back up into that standing position, give the knees a wiggle. From here, we're going to build those 2 movements together. We're going to come into our squat. Arms float forwards if that feels comfortable. If not, bring them back to the hips. And then let's see if we can lift both heels, keeping low in that squat. Drop one heel, rise back up. Drop the other heel, rise back up. Heels drop, and we stand. Good. And again, into our squat. Heels lift. Drop one heel and lift. Drop one heel and lift. Lower. And up. Lovely. Squat. Heels. Drop one heel. Drop the other heel. And up. Lovely. Last one. One heel. Second heel. Drop. And up. Lovely. Give those legs a little bit of a wiggle. We're going to do that same combination but in a different way. So from here, we're coming up onto our toes. We're going to then squat, keeping the heels lifted. Good. Drop the heels and stand up. Again, arms can come into play. Oh, I missed it that time, didn't I? We're coming up on today's first. And down into our squat. Heels down, stand up tall. Lovely. Good. So we're up onto our toes. Drop down into our squat. Drop the heels and up. Lovely. Heels left. Squat. Heels. And press tall. Lovely. Last one. And down. Excellent. Give those feet a little bit of a walk through. And we're going to come into a slightly different variation now. So rather than coming into our squat movement, we're going to come into a little hip hinge. So bring those feet back to that parallel stance. And we're going to work with a little knee bend, reaching the arms forwards and up as we just sink our hips backwards. And then coming forwards. Sink the hips back. Imagine you've got a button behind you and you're trying to stick your bum back and hit it. Reaching forwards, coming tall, good. Hip hinge and back, good. So we're starting to work those muscles at the back of the thighs, and you'll feel that weight shift through the back of the legs and probably shifting the weight into the back of your heels. Good. Lovely. Let's do 2 more here. Good. Okay, from here we're going to hip hinge back, reaching forwards. Transfer the weight onto your left foot, and we're going to tap the right foot behind and then tap in. Tap the foot behind and in. Lovely. You can make this movement as large or as small as you want. If you are up here, we're going to be working a little bit less hard and challenging your balance less than if you're making that movement a bit bigger. Good. Lovely. Again, if we want to take it up a level, let's tap and then bring that foot up. Tap behind. Oop. Find your balance and come up. Lovely. Keep a soft bend in the left knee. Lovely. Let's do 2 more here. Coming up and behind, up and down. Lovely. Let's switch sides. I'll turn around so you can see. So level 1, we've got a soft bend in the right knee and we're just doing little taps out behind and coming back to center. Behind, coming back to center. Good. Want to make it a little bit more challenging. Make that movement a little bit bigger. Have a bigger bend in the supporting leg. And then the next level, we're coming up into a high knee position. Good. Lovely work, everyone. We're going to go for 2 more here. Good. Last one. And up. Lovely. Again, give those feet a little bit of a walk free, a bit of a wiggle. From here, feet parallel, transfer the weight over onto the left leg. We're going to come through our standing clown movement. Again, we've got a couple of levels, so we can either bring the foot in by the side, just up on the tiptoe, and we're going to open the leg here, keeping these hip bones facing forwards. So if you remember those little headlights on the front of our hips, facing forwards. Good. If you find this is very comfortable and easy, you can bring that foot slightly higher, just tucking it behind the knee. And again, we're really thinking about keeping those hips facing forwards. Good. If you can, keep that supporting knee soft. Try not to lock it out. Good, we're going to go for 2 more. And that last one, we're going to hold out. So last one here, hold, hips facing forwards. Let's see if we can pulse that knee out to the side a little bit more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come in, lower the legs down. Let's transfer over, weight onto the right leg. Again, foot can either be on the floor or hooked in behind the knee. Good, think about those hips facing forward. A little bit of softness through the supporting knee. Good. Lovely work. We're going to go for 5 more. Lovely. And on that 5th one, again, we're going to hold out. So last one now. Out, and we're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lovely. Come back. Give those feet a lovely little walk through. Okay, we're coming towards the end of our exercises up in standing. Let's transfer our weight over onto the left leg. We're going to bring that foot in, tap it to the floor next to our left foot, and then out to the side. Again, we're going to give you a couple of different variations for this, but you can always come back to this first one. So just tapping to the side, coming back. Again, hips are staying relatively level. We will, of course, have a little bit of movement here, but what we don't want is hitching to lift that leg out. So try to keep level. Lovely. Good. So this is our level 1 movement. Building up, we're going to bring that foot and knee up to hip height. We're going to flex the foot. And now I want you to imagine there's a box at the end of your mat and you are trying to push it away. And then we're coming back. Push that box away. And come back. Good. Lovely work. So we've still got a soft bend through our supporting leg. We're going to go for 4 more here. You can bend down, squish into a little bit of a single leg squat if you want. And last 2. Last 1. Good. Lower the leg. Give those feet a good walk through again. You'll find the intrinsic, so those muscles within the feet, really have to work hard to keep you balanced here. Transfer the weight over, grow nice and tall, shoulders back, hips are level. The foot comes into the side to begin, and then going through those little taps. Good. Lovely. So again, we've got our variation here. We can come up, flex the foot, flex the knee, and extend away. Imagine you've got that box there, and you're just sliding it away from you, pushing it towards the end of the mat. Good. Excellent. So glide away, squeeze back up, glide away, squeeze back up. We've got 4 more here. I know your legs are starting to ache. Good. Last 2. And last 1. Good. Come in. Again, give those feet a little walk. From here, we're going to make our way down onto the mat for a little stretch. Let's come to the end of our mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Shoulders back as we grow nice and tall. Breath out. Soften the knees. Allow the head to drop to the chest. And we're rolling forwards. Hang here at the bottom. Have a little sway side to side. Allow the knees to bend and straighten. And then soften the knees. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. We're rolling our way back up. Thinking about the tailbone stacking. Coming back to neutral and then restacking the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae as we come up. Good. Breath in at the top. Breath out, soften the knees, rolling forwards. Good. Again, have a little sway. Maybe your hands reach the floor. Maybe you cross your arms. Maybe you keep your hands on your thighs for a little support here. Then tuck the tailbone under, and that next breath out, rolling your way back up. Lovely. This time, let's have a go with the legs crossed. So stepping one foot in front of the other. Try to keep the feet quite wide here, so you're nice and balanced. Keep the knees soft. We'll take a breath in. Breath out, rolling forwards. You might not be able to get quite as far down to the floor, but you should feel a bit more of a stretch going down through the back of the legs. Good. Hold for a breath or 2. And then roll. Good. Have a go with the other leg in front. Again, breath in at the top. Breath out, rolling forwards. Keep those knees soft if you need to. Good. And then come back up. Lovely. Uncross the legs, feet back to parallel. Let's do it one more time. And this time, as we roll down, think about those arms being heavy, pulling you down inch by inch by inch. And when you reach your end point, hold for a breath in. On the breath out, we're going to rotate around, taking one arm up towards the ceiling. Knees are soft. You can bring your forearm over your thighs or down to the ground to support. Think about the supporting leg, so that hand that's down, the leg closest to that has a bit of a bend. Opposite leg can have a bit of a straighten. Good. Hold for a breath in here. Think about stretching the fingers away from each other. And then we'll switch sides. So again, that hand can be on the thigh if that's more comfortable to you. Lovely. Gently come back. Place the hands down onto the mat. And we're going to lower down onto our knees and then swivel around onto our back. We'll come into a little glute stretch here. So bringing one ankle across one knee. Now you can either stay in a supported sitting position or lower back down. Interlace the hands behind the thigh or even over the shin so you feel that stretch across your bottom. Good. We'll hold here for another 2 breaths. Breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. And then let's switch over. And then gently lower down. And we'll roll over onto our side. And from here up into a sitting position. Thank you very much for coming and joining me for this leg focused standing balance session today. I hope you had a good time and I hope to see you on the mat soon.